Main event time, Premier Championship Wrestling, with the championship at stake and a return to Premier for the first time in a year. The Suplex Shogun, Jackson Stone, is in the best shape of his life. Wait a minute! Damn it, Chris LeRusso!
Well, he's the champion.
LeRusso from behind, assaulting with a chair. LeRusso's first title defense is against a man who's beaten him in this building before. And LeRusso clearly running scared. He tried to get a jump on Jackson Stone before this match.
Well, it's a champion's advantage.
That's not what that means.
Are you sure?
LeRusso with a Van Daminator. The bell hasn't sounded. And LeRusso sending everybody home.
Well, LeRusso thinks that this... Well, that was nice of him.
Well, the official explained the bell hasn't rung.
Okay, ding, ding, ding. There you go.
Don't you dare ring the bell. Don't you dare.
Now the bell rings. Now the matchup is started. So now if Chris LeRusso wants to take a opportunity here. Now come on, LeRusso, knock that nonsense off. LeRusso trying to bully this referee, and Jackson Stone's to his feet, and LeRusso just got himself into trouble. And now he's made Jackson Stone mad.
Well, I don't want to question my friend, but that's not a smart thing to do and turn around and let him recover.
Gut wrench suplex. Jackson Stone was last seen here a year ago. He was a top contender for the Premier title then. And remember, he was screwed out of that championship by Ron Mathis. And yeah, Chris LeRusso. There's some old wounds here over at Suplex by Stone, who has come more prepared than for any match I've seen him in before.
Speaking of Ron Mathis, I assume he hasn't gotten a hold of you recently. I know we've seen his feelings on the matter.
Ron Mathis has gotten a hold of me, and there's a clothesline to the floor. Mathis seems under the impression that LeRusso, if he survives tonight, and that's a huge if, that LeRusso's going to hand present that championship to Mathis when Mathis comes back to Premier for our anniversary next month. I don't know what LeRusso's told Mathis. I saw Mathis hang up on LeRusso a couple of months ago. But to me, there's a lot of unanswered questions there. If LeRusso's still in one piece, I'm going to send Lendl back to get some results and some answers from him after this matchup. We'll have that on our social media. But it may be an interview with the former champion, Chris LeRusso.
Well, that's not going to make Ron Mathis happy at all.
It won't.
Those people aren't going to be happy.
LeRusso going to get suplexed all into the front row. LeRusso counters, box the ears of Stone to create some distance and punch Stone right in the sternum.
I tell you, LeRusso started out with fire, and he made a crucial mistake. You don't want to let Jackson Stone rest.
Well, yeah, you don't want to get close enough to the grasp of Jackson Stone to let him manhandle you, because he is an absolute suplex machine.
I love how he started out. He started beating him with a chair. That's a very, very effective strategy.
Well, yeah, because the match hadn't started yet.
It doesn't mean it's not effective.
It's effective, certainly. I think a lot of that lingering damage you can still see in Jackson Stone's body language right now. It's not just can LeRusso win this matchup and retain his title. Can LeRusso survive this matchup? Best leg drop in the business there. Great height, great hang time by the heir apparent who has finally ascended to his throne.
You asked me about Atticus earlier.
Right, there's a cover. Stone powers out.
What do you think Ron Mathis is doing right at this very moment?
Pacing,
In a room by himself?
screaming about his belt, his property, forever. I don't know where the hell he is, but wherever he is, I'm glad we're not there.
I'm just going to, I don't know if it needs to be said, but I don't think LeRusso...
Oh, man, what a drop kick.
I don't know if LeRusso and Mathis are keeping it 100, as the kids say.
LeRusso, a near fall. That drop kick caught Stone right in the butt of the jaw. LeRusso, amazing precision and accuracy with all of his offense.
Something to be said for LeRusso taking it to Jackson Stone, but just jaw-jacking with him, telling him to quit. I think that pull of the eyes and an elbow to the bridge of the nose is a lot more effective.
And Stone fighting up to his knees.
A chop from Jackson Stone hurts more than most men's punches. Jackson Stone's punches, you're going to feel concussions and bruises.
LeRusso trying to ground and neutralize Jackson Stone any way he can. Full extension of the leg. And again, there is no court in sight. No Mathis, no Tony Johnson, no main event. This is LeRusso out in the zone, and I think he's very vulnerable here, and it's very possible we crown a new champion.
Oh, he's definitely vulnerable because he's all by his lonesome, but the man's a game planner. The man's a strategist. He's like a fine-oiled machine in that ring, like an attorney of professional wrestling. Well,
I think you may want to call for mistrial because Jackson Stone to his feet. You see LeRusso to the eyes of Stone again. And no matter how big and bad and powerful you are, if you can't see, you're going to have trouble defending yourself. But Stone finding a way.
Jackson Stone certainly objects to that.
Oh, deep crotch in the suplex. LeRusso in trouble. Could it be Aldo? Count only.
What would this mean for Ron Mathis if Jackson Stone were to become the new champion?
I think Stone becomes a target of the white trash maniac. Stone like a locomotive multiple times on Chris LeRusso. I think Stone will become a target of the culmination as well. You gotta believe they would want the Premier Championship back. And LeRusso counters the suplex, drop toe ankle lock. We've never seen Stone tap out in Premier. LeRusso the thrust kick. Check out the quebrada, nicely done. LeRusso on top, 2 count only.
LeRusso, if he wants to hold Jackson Stone down, he's going to have to hook those legs. He's going to have to do more damage. I understand you want to go for a pinfall. Maybe you think, okay, maybe I can score a quick one or have a man expel his energy, but you're going to have to take it to Jackson Stone. And these people are behind him, and that's something that Jackson Stone is all about. Certainly LeRusso not really worried about the cheers of the people, more worried about the bank account and the Premier Championship, which, again to review, he's going to hand over to Mathis. Uh-oh. Well, not if
yeah. He may not have the option of doing that or not if the suplex shogun has anything to say about it.
Maybe Jackson Stone will hand it up. No, I can't even say that sentence. That just, no.
Not on your life. But check this out. Stone go with superplex. Stone connects, but how much did he take out of himself? Stone landed high his own right. And both men down the worse for wear.
Well, LeRusso's reaching for air opportunity or one of those ropes.
Stone on top. Count only.
We got a lot of people looking at that Premier Championship right now as the crown jewel of their respective endeavors. There's one man at the top, Chris LeRusso, the master manipulator, the game planner, the game changer in a lot of ways.
as LeRusso met Stone with a super kick. Momentum on LeRusso's side into the cutter. And it's Stone, the recipient. No, near fall. LeRusso less than half a count away, and you can see the desperation on the body language of the heir apparent.
And you got to give it to Chris LeRusso. He's taking it to Jackson Stone just like he's got to do. Granted, it started a little bit differently with a chair, but as I said, champion's prerogative. When you're going in against Jackson Stone, you do what you got to do to take him down. How do you chop down a tree, Joe? Traditionally, you use a saw, you use an axe, you use whatever you can. But if you run something into it, if you run a big tree into it and it falls, it's still the same objective. It's still the same goal.
Well, LeRusso going to run into that tree, and he got caught by the tree.
Uh-oh. This is not going to be a good landing.
Huge momentum behind the suplex.
I mean, you're almost parallel, and then you feel your body just get thrown around. Jackson Stone does it with ease.
So with the pounce, LeRusso pushed the official in the way of the pounce. Stone had to put the brakes on, or he'd hit the referee. Stone had no choice. LeRusso went downstairs.
I think Jackson Stone hit the official. That's the way I saw it.
I don't think so. The official, I think, tweaked his knee, trying to get out of Stone's way. And LeRusso's got the chair now. And Stone sends the chair back into the skull of LeRusso. And revenge on LeRusso, but the official sees Stone with a chair now. Come on. And LeRusso, the thrust kick.
You know, you mentioned it by getting it right under the jaw.
Stone gets planted face first. The referee missed the low blow, got in the way of the pounce, caught Stone with a chair. LeRusso retains the title. Once again, BC.
Uh-oh.
Oh, here comes Gory. Gory still wants a piece of LeRusso, stepping back to Doomsday when LeRusso manipulated the culmination against each other and out of the Premier Championship. But BC, once again, LeRusso's manipulated his surroundings and come off scot-free.
Well, LeRusso does what LeRusso does, and what he does best is making sure that he's always on top. Gory may have his hands on him right now. We could have a very different Chris LeRusso, but the fact remains, still your Premier Champion. Chris LeRusso, uh-oh, well.
And I don't think Jackson Stone understands what's happened here. Stone is protesting about the low blow, and hey, Stone's got every right to be hot. I don't blame him. But you can't take it. The official did his best. He made the call that he thought was best at that time. The referee's decision is final. I will not overrule a referee at any point. And I understand Stone was frustrated. He wanted this championship, and that's out of line. That's too far.
Well, Joe, you'd have to expect some admonishment to come at this point, would you not? It's nice to see you doing a job sending people out, but...
Well, I mean, many of Stone's friends and some of the rest of the locker room are coming out here to talk some sense. Victor Vale, the former head of security. I mean, McCoy's not an athlete. He's not a wrestler.
Obviously, Victor Vale and Joe McCoy familiar with one another. Oh, wait a minute.
And Victor sent to the outside. He wants no part of Jackson Stone.
I don't blame him.
And Jackson Stone is incensed. He's absolutely irate. Wait a minute. Oh, my God. My God. Jackson Stone just launched Joe McCoy into the stratosphere.
Joe, I don't know if he was cleared for landing, but McCoy just landed and took out everybody in the process.
We got one pissed off Shogun in Premier Championship Wrestling, and Jackson Stone takes out his frustrations on anything moving. If you're Chris LeRusso, if you're Ron Mathis, if you're the culmination, if you're anybody, there's going to be consequences for this. But you don't mess with Jackson Stone and get away with it. LeRusso's the cause of this. He manipulated the situation, but there will be consequences. Jackson Stone is back in Premier as we head towards our anniversary.